Hi guys, my name is Sophia and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought we would cover what you would need to know if you wanted to start crocheting. First thing that you are going to need if you want to start crocheting is some hooks. Now I have been crocheting for about 3 years now, 3.5 years, and I have no idea how I ever didn't crochet. I mean, honestly, what was the point in living before this? Like, what did I actually do? What were my hobbies? Who was I? I have no idea. If you don't want to become addicted and literally make it your whole personality, don't watch this video because it's going to happen. As I said it. You're going to have to start with a crochet hook. Now, the crochet hook that you use is going to be dependent on the type of yarn that you have. So crochet hooks have different sizes on them. This is the biggest one that I have, which is a 20mm, 2cm width. I have never used this hook, I have to say. I've never bought yarn big enough. I've seen it in shops, but I've just not used it for anything before. I think it would be quite good for blankets, but sometimes what people do is end up using their hands anyway. The smallest one I think I own, so this is a 2mm. So it is absolutely tiny. Some people do like mini crochet. I don't even know if that's actually what it's called, but they use like thread, and yeah, wouldn't be me. But the stuff looks great once it's been made, but I'm too impatient and I need things to work up quick. The ones that I use the most and I would highly advise getting, usually they all come in packs anyway, but is a 4mm, a 5mm, an 8mm and a 10mm. So these are my go-tos. These are the ones where if I lose these, that's why I haven't crocheted in 3 days, because it's down my couch somewhere and I can't find it. I do have a lot of my green one because my green one is just my baby. I love it. My 4mm. And this one, you can see my red one has been through it. This is my original when I started crocheting three and a bit years ago. Never replaced them because they have a special place in my heart. Some people have really cute ones and I should get them. I should, but I did actually get another set and they have like these pink handles on them and I thought they were really cute, but actually I just don't like them. Like the yarn screeches off of it. The size that you use, like I said, is dependent on the yarn, and how you will know what size you need, trying to find yarn that actually still has a label on it. So you'll see some knitting needles. That ain't us, okay? That crochet hook is what we're looking at. So this is saying you should be using a 4mm crochet hook, and that is general. It's a general guide. You do not have to stick to it by any means. So I use loads of different types of yarn. I use t-shirt yarn, so that looks like, so I use t-shirt yarn, and this says you should use an 8 to a 12, so it's a range. It depends how strong your tension is, and it just depends on the way that you like things to look. I use an 8 for most things for t-shirt yarn. This fluffy yarn here that I use, I would typically use like a 4 or a 5, just depending, and I think that is what they advise. I think it's maybe a 5, but it's up to you. You will learn through trial and error. You will learn what hooks you like, and the desired look that it gives you at the end, how you want to go about it. The acrylic yarn, which is typically this type of yarn, I get it from Lovecrafts, not this specific one, but most of my yarn here is from Lovecrafts, and that I would typically use a 4 or a 5 as well. Right, next thing you are going to need is some stitch markers. In the beginning, stitch markers are your best friend, okay? You must use them. You might see tutorials, people not using them, and obviously if they're making tutorials, probably have quite a good bit of experience with crocheting, I would hope, and they might not use them, okay? Some people use bits of other yarn, like a bit of thread to kind of do a Kirby grip, a bauble. Any of those things work, but I just use the ones that I got in my pack, again, 3 years ago. So they're these little stitch markers, and they just open and close like that. These are like gold dust though, and they just disappear. So that's why if you're looking online and it's like, oh, a pack of 50, you're like, well, why on earth would I need 50 stitch markers? I'm not going to be doing like 50 projects at one time. I mean, you might get close to it, but no, they disappear really quickly and they do break. So yeah, they're cheap and replaceable. Next thing you're probably going to need is one of these. And by one of these, I also mean you might want about 10, because you get smaller ones, you get bigger ones, you obviously get proper like sewing needles if you want to sew on labels or anything like that. But these, there's always going to be an element of sewing in whatever you do, okay? Even the crochet patterns that say no sew, low sew, there will be sewing. So unfortunately, if you don't like sewing, I hate to break it to you, but you're gonna have to learn. So yeah, you'll need some of these. Next thing you might want to get your hands on, you don't need definitely at the start, but if you're wanting to make, you know, any like amigurumi or anything like that, is some safety eyes. Now these are cheap, you can get them off of Amazon, get little sets like this, loads of different sizes, little bits of paper that you can put behind them to make them different colours. And I love them, I think they're great. The only thing is though, if you're going to buy them, you're going to be making things and selling them. In the UK, everything that you make and sell, especially toys, have got a long process that you have to go through. It's called UKCA testing for anything that you're going to sell that resembles a toy. And the ones that you get off Amazon typically are not UKCA certified. So look for the correct ones if you are thinking about doing that, just to make sure that when you ask for the documentation for it, you can get it. Because I have a lot of safety eyes that I cannot use. I can't sell those ones. So if I'm going to be making something for myself, I'd usually use them. So that's something to think about. And what you also might want is some stuffing. Again, if you are thinking about doing any type of amigurumi, any type of stuffed toys, you're going to need this stuff. In the beginning, think about 2 of these big bags for about 20 quid off Amazon. You don't have to get any specific type or anything like that. It's literally just looks like that. And I haven't bought another lot since, honestly. And I have made so many toys, so it does go a long way. So don't think like, oh my god, 20 quid for something that's on the inside of the toy that I'm not even going to see, like, but honestly, you will not need to buy it for years after it. So just go ahead and get your hands on a big bag, so that when it comes to a project, you don't need to wait on the delivery man coming with your stuff. Okay, you've just got it ready to go. What you might want is a book. Okay, lots and lots and lots and lots of patterns online, especially on YouTube, that you can follow along to if that's how you like to work. That's how I learned how to do everything with YouTube. But if you're somebody that likes to have a little book of things to go through, then by all means go and get them. But there is one thing you've got to consider. Now, when you're reading a pattern, there is a lot of gobbledygook in the beginning that you're going to go, oh my god, I don't know what's going on. And that's completely okay. That was me in the beginning as well. That's why I hated like books and things like that. I just couldn't follow a pattern. Watching someone do it, could do it, okay? But eventually you'll move away from that and you probably will move to books. But there is such a thing as UK terms and US terms. Just to confuse you. I go with US terms. And I know, I hear you, but Sewphia, you're Scottish. Why are you doing that? That's just the way I learned, and unfortunately most of the patterns that you will come across 9 times out of 10 will be American terms. Okay, so just do yourself a favour and just learn those terms, and then it'll make everything easier, honestly. Okay, but any book that you buy in Scotland or the UK is going to be in UK terms, all right? So that can be the confusing part, because I have been gifted lots of books, and I look at the pattern and I go, yeah. I start making it and I go, it's UK terms. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy to go between the two once you're kind of experienced, but in the beginning, my advice to you is learn the US terms, and that will be what I will be going by on this channel. Yeah, that's everything that you kind of need to know or get before you get started on any of my videos or any of anybody else's videos, either on YouTube or on another website or anything like that. You are about to embark on a very exciting journey that you will have to have a lot of patience for. I, throughout my life, get really infuriated and have gotten really infuriated when I'm not good at things. But crochet was something that, I don't know, I just kept trying and kept trying and kept trying and kept trying. I just kind of said to myself, like, I know this looks rubbish, but the next thing that I made is going to look better than that. And that is just kind of what kept happening. Like, I made one thing and then I was like, right, it's rubbish, it's fine, move it to the side, made the next thing, and I was it's a bit better. And until eventually I was looking at stuff going, you know, it's not too bad actually. And that is just life. It's trial and error. Anything that you do, you're not going to be good at straight away. So don't give up, keep going, and yeah, use my videos to help where you can, and you'll be absolutely fine. And one day you're going to look back and be like, I'm so glad that I started to learn how to crochet, because what would I have done without this? Thank you for watching my video, and I hope that you'll come back to my channel once I start uploading some more videos. And yeah, thank you so much.